Breaking news. The Philadelphia Eagles may have made one of their most underrated moves of the offseason. And it's not a blockbuster trade. It's not a high-profile draft pick. It's a free agency signing that went unnoticed. And believe it or not, it may have just given them the game changer they were looking for. I'll tell you all the details. But first, answer me one question. Are you a true Eagles fan? Do you believe we'll make it to the Super Bowl again? Do you agree that Howie Roseman is the best general manager the Eagles could have? If so, hit that like button hard. And if possible, write something like this. Nothing will stop the Eagles. Let's go to the Super Bowl again. Now let's get to the topic of the day that's causing a stir. Former Atlanta Falcons return specialist Avery Williams is turning heads at the NovaCare complex. And the way Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni are talking about him, it's impossible not to start buying into the hype. Now, let's get back to how this became a topic of conversation. During the owners' meetings, we got some pretty expected headlines. An update on the tush push? Yes, that's still dragging on with the NFL delaying the decision until May. And yes, Roger Goodell seems ready to do everything short of personally ripping out a page from the playbook to ban the play. But the real news? The stuff you don't see in every headline? That was when the Eagles brass, especially Nick Sirianni, started talking about their new additions, and you could tell. He lit up when talking about one guy in particular. Not Saquon Barkley, not Adoree Jackson, not even A.J. Dillon. It was Avery Williams. You'd be forgiven for missing the Avery Williams signing. He wasn't exactly on the front page of Bleacher Report. But what if I told you he could be the missing piece in the Birds' quest to become elite in all three phases of the game? Williams isn't just a return guy. Yes, he led the entire NFL in punt return yards in 2022. Yes, he set a D1 record at Boise State with 9 touchdown returns. But he's not just fast, he's versatile. Howie Roseman called him a 5-phase special teams player. This isn't your run-of-the-mill depth guy talk. He can block kicks, return punts and kicks, play personal protector, and cover kicks. And perhaps most importantly, he has the character and work ethic that this team clearly values. Nick Sirianni wasn't subtle. He said he's beyond excited about Williams. He listed off new acquisitions like a kid rattling off his favorite toys. But when he got to Avery, he emphasized him twice. He mentioned him again at the end of the answer, reiterating how pumped he was. That's not a coincidence. Sirianni is hinting at a bigger role, maybe even something beyond special teams. Something gadgety. Think about it. The Eagles have been trying to crack this gadget player formula for a while now. They drafted Anaya Smith in the 5th round, hoping he could be the guy. Didn't pan out. They dabbled with Britton Covey in the slot before injuries derailed that experiment. Jahan Dotson is still here, but he's more of a wide receiver 3. He's not the playmaker you dial up a screen for just to watch magic happen. But Avery Williams, he's got that potential. That break-the-game-open speed and shiftiness. And Sirianni's excitement suggests he's ready to try something creative. Now, let's not pretend special teams were anything but average last year. That was the weak link in 2024. The Eagles still won the Super Bowl, sure, but go back and look at that unit. Field position wasn't often flipped. Returns weren't game-changing. You didn't have that electric threat every time the other team punted. Covey's early injury killed any momentum, and Vic Fangio clearly didn't want Cooper DeJean risking his health back there. It was a patch job all season. Now imagine pairing this elite offense, this elite defense, with a truly elite special teams unit. There's not a weakness in sight if that happens.
And here's where it gets even more interesting. You look at the NFL landscape, there aren't many teams that put as much focus into specialized roles as Philly. The tush push wasn't just a play, it was a program. The Eagles built it with precise coaching, unique personnel, and reps on reps. That same level of planning and execution could be coming for the return game. You can hear it in how Jeffrey Lurie talks about the philosophy of football being a chess match. Well, in that case, Avery Williams might be their queen, the most versatile piece on the board. But it's not just Avery Williams making noise. Let's talk Nick Sirianni. A lot of fans forget he's heading into the final year of his original 5-year deal signed back in 2021. And now, after going 16-1 post Jalen Hurts concussion, and yes, that one loss was with Hurts leaving mid-game, it's clear that a contract extension is not just deserved, it's inevitable. Jeffrey Lurie all but confirmed it during his press conference. He praised Sirianni's connection, his intelligence, both football and emotional, and his ability to manage his staff. He said everything you'd want to hear from an owner about his head coach. And the numbers? Reportedly, he's looking at around a 3-year extension, somewhere near the $16 million per year mark. That's big money. Not Andy Reid money, but it's definitely elite tier coach money. And here's the thing, Sirianni earned it. For all the early criticism, for all the doubters after that awkward first press conference in 2021, he's been nothing but successful. 3 playoff trips in 3 seasons, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 ring. That's more than most coaches ever get. And now, with this new wave of talent, Barkley, Adore, A.J. Dillon, and yes, Avery Williams, Serriani looks like he's about to unleash a new version of this team. One that can beat you in every phase, every way, every week. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Avery Williams is going to be more than just a returner? Is Nick Sirianni about to cook up something special with this guy? And do you believe this Eagles team can actually get better than last year? Drop your thoughts below because this might just be the beginning of something really, really special in Philly. And it's not just speculation when we talk about this feeling that the Eagles are setting the table for something bigger. It's rooted in the mindset we're seeing from the key players on this team. A.J. Brown, for example, he's not relaxing. He's not cruising on that Super Bowl high. He's in the gym, grinding. He dropped a video this week showing his off-season workout routine, and it's the kind of thing you love to see from your star wide receiver. No days off, no complacency. And that same day, he posts a clip of himself opening up a special package sent from none other than Tom Brady. Yes, that Tom Brady, the GOAT himself. The admiration was mutual, Brady sending Brown a gift and Brown responding like a little brother who just got the ultimate nod of respect. That moment said everything. A.J. Brown isn't just trying to be a great receiver. He's trying to become legendary. And that attitude is contagious. This team is not satisfied with 1 Super Bowl. Not at all. If anything, it's made them hungrier. From the front office to the locker room, there's this quiet intensity building. Sirianni's coaching extension is only a formality at this point, and it sets the stage for continuity and confidence heading into a pivotal 2025 campaign. Think about that. No major coaching changes, a star QB still on the rise, and a roster that's been quietly reloaded with high upside 1-year deals. Players like Adore Jackson, A.J. Dillon, and the tight ends Keelan Grandson and Harrison Bryant might not be the flashiest names, but they're proven, experienced, and all stepping into a situation where their roles are clearly defined and tailored to maximize impact. Let's not forget the examples Sirianni brought up himself: Zach Bond, Mekhi Becton, Isaiah Rodgers, all signed to short deals, all major contributors during the 2024 title run. This isn't guesswork anymore. This is the Eagles system at work. Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni have developed a formula where they pick up the overlooked or the undervalued and turn them into postseason heroes. Why wouldn't we expect the same from this next crop? And let's talk about the importance of that. One of the best things about being a Philadelphia Eagles fan right now is that this organization doesn't panic. They don't chase headlines or throw money at problems. They build, they adapt, and they execute. So now here we are, entering the final stretch before the NFL draft. The Eagles are picking at 22. And while the name that's floated the most is Quinyon Mitchell, the vibe around the organization is one of confidence, calm, and quiet momentum. It's not splashy, it's not loud, but it's real. This roster is loaded, the staff is stable, and the energy is shifting into run-it-back mode.